Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is David Meilan. I'm the Director of Investor Relations with Nighthawk Equity. One question that I get asked very commonly in my intake calls is, how does Nighthawk find our deals? I'd like to take a deeper dive into the process we use to source our deals and how we begin the process by selecting a market to be in. Today, once again, we have Drew Kniffin, President of Nighthawk, as our guest. And I'd like to ask Drew, which markets stand out to you and why does Nighthawk do business there?
Yeah, so our focus at Nighthawk is in the Southeast, broadly speaking. And it's the Southeast for two main reasons, David. First off, properties are less expensive there than they are in the rest of the country. So it costs you less money to buy $1,000 of rent, right? So that's number one. But number two, importantly, is that it also has growth. Now, not all of the Southeast has growth, but there's big growth markets. If you look at those charts of where are Americans moving to, it's generally to the South and to the West, but there is good growth. And we see that growth really in three different markets. We see it in Huntsville, which is a very smaller tertiary market in northern Alabama. We see it in Atlanta, the premier city of the Southeast. And then we also see it, broadly speaking, in the Carolinas. And so those are the markets that we really like. We've had success in those areas, especially in Huntsville and Atlanta, and it's just going really well there. They have great job growth trends in those markets, and they have industry leaders in those areas. So Huntsville, people don't know this, but Huntsville has more STEM jobs or more tech jobs per capita than any other metro area in the United States. That includes Silicon Valley. It's just STEM city there. They have aerospace companies. They have defense contractors there. There's tremendous growth in Huntsville. So these are some of the areas that we like, areas that are growing, but they also have relatively low cost to acquire units.
Right. And Drew, on the topic of those markets, Huntsville as well as Atlanta, one aspect that's particularly advantageous about focusing on those specific markets is efficiencies of scale. What does that mean, and how does that concept benefit us?
Yeah, so efficiency of scale is the idea that when you're bigger, when you have a larger presence, you can do stuff and it costs less. And so in both of those markets, we have multiple properties. So whether it's Huntsville or Atlanta, we can share resources across properties. So in Atlanta, we will soon have 4 properties all in the northern rim of Atlanta. So that benefits you from a labor perspective, finding good talent. It benefits you from a property management, getting their attention. You can buy supplies in bulk. There's so many different ways where when you have efficiencies of scale, you can run your business more efficiently and lower your costs and ultimately increase your profitability and also reduce risk for investors because there's that scale that helps you normalize things that could throw you off if you just had smaller properties. So we share staff across properties. We're able to go see our visits more. We're able to go see, our properties more often. So I'm going down to look at one property next week. And while I'm there in northern Atlanta, I will absolutely go check on all 4 properties, walk units, walk the property, talk to the property manager, even look at comp properties. And that's just an easy thing to do because they're all right there in that same location.
Now, one other thing that I want to mention that really helps Nighthawk find a lot of deals and good quality deals is our Director of Acquisitions, Garrett Lynch. Garrett, over time, has built out an extensive network of brokers and lenders to help us acquire properties. Could you tell us a little bit about this, Drew?
Yeah, so this is, in a sense, more efficiencies of scale. The idea is when you have a presence somewhere, you're going to have the attention of all the vendors in that area, including brokers. So as you're saying, we are talking to the main brokers in those markets all the time, having phone calls. What are you seeing? What are things trading at? What's coming up for market? And we're getting the inside scoop on deals. We've gotten deals because, in fact, I would say 3 of our deals, 2, 3, and 4, 3 of our 4 deals in Atlanta, we got because we had that strong network relationship with them. They knew that we close on time. They know that we close without incident, without hassles. And so they put their thumb on the scales and direct the seller to working with us because they know that we're good to work with. So we have those frequent conversations. We're easy to work with. The broker knows we're going to close. And of course, the broker gets paid at the close, but the seller often really has a strong desire to close deals on time at a certain time. Maybe they have a 1031 coming up. Maybe there's a tax-driven reason that they need to sell by the end of the year. And so we can deliver that very important thing for them. A lot of other buyers can't. And so for all those reasons, having that great network of broker relationships can set us apart from the other buyer that's otherwise going to maybe bid at the same price.
All right. That's some great information there. Thank you so much for joining us, Drew, and answering these questions. To wrap things up, if you're interested in hearing more about Nighthawk's properties and you have not yet scheduled a call with me, feel free to do so. What this will do is this will put you on our deal ready list, and it will enable us to notify you about any upcoming opportunities that we do have. Please schedule a call by visiting my Calendly link, which is calendly.com/David Meilan. That's MEILAN /30-minute-call. And I look forward to speaking with you. Thank you so much.